Boots Ennis vows redemption against Karen Kukashan in his upcoming fight because the last fight was a little bit lackluster. And he says he blames himself. He was trying to get the knockout and he wasn't having fun. We talked about this before where I said that it was best for Eddie just to pay Brian Norman Jr. whatever he wanted, because going back down this road with Karen Kukashan, it could backfire. People didn't understand what I was talking about. They said Eddie did the smart thing by letting it go to a purse bid and all that other stuff. And I said, no, it's not smart. It's just the fact that he didn't want to put no money behind it, but he needs to pay that man because obviously Jaron Ennis wants to stay at the weight class that he's at, and he doesn't want to go up to 154. If he's going to stay at the weight class that he's at, then he's going to need money behind him to get these titles. If he's not going to get the money behind him to get these titles, then he needs to go ahead and move up. But it's obvious that Team Ennis don't want to move up because it's just too many hard hitters and he ain't ready to step up in that realm yet. It's no secret. We all know it. So he wants to stay at 147. Well, if you're going to stay at 147, you need to put up the money. If you're not going to put up the money, if you're going to go the other route, if you're going to have him fight Karen Kukashan again, understand that could totally backfire. And what did I mean by that? Because Karen Kukashan was the fighter that brought into question Jaron Ennis' skill set in the first place. So what you're going to do is you're going to send this man back into the ring with that same person that originally made Jaron Ennis drop, and then send him over to, where was they supposed to go to? Germany, Russia or whatever, to go fight. I was like, that's not a good look, because it's not a guarantee that he's going to look any better against him this time than he did last time. And then you're going to have him go fight on foreign land. That's not smart. And even Eddie knew it wasn't smart. So Eddie went out of his way to reach over to Kukashan's team and said, hey, do you got a venue? Do you have this? If you don't have that, I'll help you set it up. And this is how they managed to get the fight back into the U.S. So basically, Eddie saved them from having to fight basically behind enemy lines, because Eddie knew that wasn't a good look, and he don't need to put him that far out behind enemy lines and in there with Karen Kukashan, somebody that got people questioning him in the first place. That was just a bad ordeal, because what if he went out there and struggled? You're subject for Jaron Ennis' stock to drop some more. That's why I say it's better to go the Brian Norman route, instead of going this route, because there's no guarantees. And if you ask me, I think Kukashan's team going to be even more sharper than what it was last time. And it wasn't just the fact that Jaron Ennis was trying to get a knockout or whatever. He was capitalizing off Jaron Ennis' flaws. You know what I'm saying? He picked up his style and what he was doing somewhere around in the fourth round. You know what I'm saying? So I expect him to continue where he left off last time, and I just think they're going to be much more sharper. So it's a risk of you losing the stock that you just put in Jaron Boots Ennis by having to go fight this guy who first had people question his ring Q prowess in the first place. Why would you want that situation? If he is going to struggle, let it be against a new guy, or let it be against for a belt. But you don't need for people to analyze this situation again. But anyways, Eddie managed to reach out to the team and bring it back to the U.S. Now, Jaron Ennis has to be concerned with putting on a stellar performance. It has to be better than last time. Now, keep in mind, even though his performance wasn't all that, it was still a unanimous decision. I don't see him doing any better than what he did last time without doing the same thing that he says that he did in the last fight. I think he's going to be anxious again to get a knockout and to put on a devastating performance. How could you not, if you're saying that you vow redemption? So you're going to be a little bit more eager. You're going to be a little bit more sharper. People's going to be expecting something a little more flashier and spectacular. So I don't see how he couldn't go into this fight again with that same mentality. And I didn't really see that in the first fight. I could tell that, he probably was trying to go for a knockout, but I don't think he was overly trying for it or something like that, at least not to me. But I don't see how you can go into the second fight without feeling like you need a knockout. So you might end up doing just as worse, which is why I said it was wiser to go the Brian Norman route, because you have no idea how this could go. But Eddie has saved him a little bit by getting this fight back into the U.S. because he never should have lost that purse bid in the first place. But Eddie didn't want to come out of no more money. You know what I'm saying? All this has been found out to be true. So while everybody was complaining about what I was saying, Eddie Hearn just backed up everything that I'm saying. The articles is out there. You could tell him. He says it's a financial disaster. I didn't want to come out no more money. This, that, and the third. You know they paying Jaron $3.5 million, so they ain't want to do that again. They talk about the money that they lost. Even last time with the fight. You know what I'm saying? Eddie's easily out of $7-8 million already. Easily. So I understand it. But the point is, this is the guy that he had a problem with. And they was willing to go send him in there with him again and send him behind enemy lines. That's too much. So now we got it back in the U.S. So now Jaron is feeling the pressure to put on a better performance. A performance that's supposedly better than the unanimous decision that he got last time. So I don't see how he couldn't go into this fight feeling the urge to put on a spectacular, flashy fight and get the knockout. Because that's the same thing that he said that prevented him from putting on a stellar performance last time, is that he was looking for the knockout. And he said he wasn't having fun or whatever and whatnot. I just think Karen was better than what they thought, you know, and I still think that now. But I don't see how he can go into this fight and not feel some kind of pressure, especially if he feels like he needs to redeem himself and he won the fight. How could you not go into this fight feeling like that? You know what I'm saying? So therefore, he runs the risk of having his stock drop again. And if he don't look good again against Karen, then how can Eddie be selling this guy as some type of boogeyman or a guy that can rival Crawford? That's the only thing that I was saying. If you're going to build him up, it's not a good business move to put him back into the ring with somebody that got people questioning his ring IQ and his skills in the first place. I didn't think that was smart. And to have him go over there to Germany to go do it. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't smart at all. So, but Eddie halfway saved it. But now the pressure's on for Jaron to put on a stellar performance while not seeking and looking for a knockout. You know what I'm saying? And yet still be entertaining and flashy and have fun, but yet do a better job than he did last time. To me, that just sounds like a whole bunch of pressure. You know? But he better go in there this time thinking that he needs a knockout, because you know, with this climate, and if they can ridicule Terrence Bud Crawford and all this other stuff, and he did a good job, what do you think they got waiting down the pipeline for Jaron Boots Ennis? You know? What do you think? You know? They're already questioning him. You know, so that's why I said what I said. But I am interested to see how this fight goes. I think Kukashan is going to be more tougher this time around. I think that Jaron, his best bet is to actually not look for a knockout, just try to win the rounds. But at the same time, you done already put pressure on yourself to do better than what you did last time. So I don't know. It's an interesting dynamic. And I'm interested to see how it goes. I don't know. Tell me what you think. Like, comment, subscribe. Bruce Van, I'm out.